Good day, dear one. Thank you for being with me today. I'd like to share a reading with you out of A Course in Miracles, the second edition of the workbook. This reading follows lesson 290, and this is the answer to the question, what is the real world? So, as the author, you could say, of A Course in Miracles, Jesus is telling us what is the real world. The real world is a symbol, like the rest of what perception offers. Yet it stands for what is opposite to what you made. Your world is seen through eyes of fear and brings the witnesses of terror to your mind. The real world cannot be perceived except through eyes forgiveness blesses. So they see a world where terror is impossible and witnesses to fear cannot be found. The real world holds a counterpart for each unhappy thought reflected in your world, a sure correction for the sights of fear and sounds of battle which your world contains. The real world shows a world seen differently, through quiet eyes and with a mind at peace. Nothing but rest is there. There are no cries of pain and sorrow heard, for nothing there remains outside forgiveness. And the sights are gentle. Only happy sights and sounds can reach the mind that has forgiven itself. So the real world is a forgiven world. And so my eyes must be quiet with a peaceful mind in order for me to perceive the real world. What need has such a mind for thoughts of death, attack, and murder? What can it perceive surrounding it but safety, love, and joy? What is there it would choose to be condemned? And what is there that it would judge against? The world it sees arises from a mind at peace within itself. No danger lurks in anything it sees, for it is kind, and only kindness does it look upon. The real world is a symbol that the dream of sin and guilt is over, and God's Son no longer sleeps. His waking eyes perceive the sure reflection of his Father's love, the certain promise that he is redeemed. The real world signifies the end of time, for its perception makes time purposeless. The Holy Spirit has no need of time when it has served his purpose. Now he waits but that one instant more for God to take his final step. And time has disappeared, taking perception with it as it goes, and leaving but the truth to be itself. That instant is our goal, for it contains the memory of God. And as we look upon a forgiven world, it is He who calls to us and comes to take us home. reminding us of our identity, which our forgiveness has restored to us. So the real world is not something I can perceive until I can let go of judgment. Let go of this dream of sin and guilt and wake up. And as I awaken, I can perceive the real world. And it's a reflection of God's love. I love that the real world signifies the end of time, for its perception makes time purposeless. So there is no purpose in time within a real world, the real world. You could say the ultimate reality is what we're being taught about here. So there is a real world beyond the one that I perceive that is sinful and painful and guilty and is filled with death and pain. And this is very good news. There is another world, one that is real. And so as I do my forgiveness, this real world is given back to me, not because it was ripped from me without my doing, without my choice, but as I choose to forgive and lay down judgment and my own guilt that I've projected out there, the awareness of the real world returns to me because it has never left. Because I am the dreamer of a dream. That lies in contradiction to this real world. And as I awaken, the dream disappears. And it is a dream of time and space. Jesus is telling us that there is no need of time when I perceive the real world, because then the lessons have been learned and I've returned to the state that I belong in, my home. So beautiful. Thank you for joining with me today in this precious, uplifting teaching about what is real. And what is held out for us as we learn to forgive and let go of the world we think we know, the world we think is real. A much more beautiful and peaceful experience awaits us. Thank you.